girl. I will not fail, my lady. Righteousness shall be your doom. Your legion will fall. Reprobate! So easily. We should look for Odo's friend, Lazar.
thank you. I heard the commotion upstairs. That woman! She's not dead?
Rajani is beaten, but she isn't dead.
Well, we shall soon remedy that. How dare she march an army into Ravensrill and murder good sons of the Legion? I'll see her hang!
You're Lazar Basili, the boyar of the town?
Boyar is an old and stuffy title. Lazar is fine, especially among friends.
We should get back upstairs.
Quite right. Before Rajani wakes.
The town is ours. They're fleeing into the woods in total disarray.
What about Rajani? You saw how she fights. She calls fire at will, and her eyes, they're like mine.
Who are you, girl? You look like someone I knew. You speak with her voice. But that woman is dead and gone.
Anjali is one of us, a child of the Legion, like me.
My friend speaks the truth, Rajani. Whoever you think I am, you're wrong.
Or perhaps you're a false prophet meant to lead me astray. If you fight for the Legion, you're an enemy. Nothing more.
The Legion's done nothing to you.
My lady has told me of the Legion's crimes. She defeated you once, and she'll defeat you again.
Jane Cassinda, the old enemy. 30 years on and she's still hunting the Legion.
And why should she not? You're traitors, kingslayers, murderers.
I've heard enough. You'll answer for the people you've killed, Rajani. Blood for blood.
My sisters will avenge me, Legionnaire. You'll burn before you die, and your Legion will fall.
Silence, Rajani. You have spoken enough.
Justice indeed, for your friends and for mine.
But now we'll never know who she was.
Look, Rajani's spear. This could prove useful in the right hands. Come, we should return to the chapter house and decide our next move. Unless you still have business here.
I'm ready. Our business here is done.
Against the might of the 10th Legion, even the Archon Rajani could not stand. Jane Cassinda's lieutenant was vanquished, her mercenaries' hold on the Rukenval broken. The Legion was known for its mercy in the past, but no more. For her crimes, Rajani was branded enemy of the Legion, and her life was ended by your hand. In the aftermath, the people of Ravensrill did as they always have. They rebuilt. Grief was set aside, for much work remained to be done. Much yet remained for the Legion to do as well. Rukenval was free, but our old enemy still plotted our demise. The Rukenval chapter house would not be our sanctuary, but a staging ground for what was to come. Martin tells me that Jane Cassinda was behind this. She acted fast, That means she's afraid.
At least Rajani is dead. She won't be reporting our strength to Jane.
Why is Jane Cassinder so determined to kill us?
The woman's a mystery. Always has been. As far as we know, she was raised by the Azanite Church. An orphan, maybe. Or a rich man's bastard daughter. Must have been 18, 19 years old when the king died. She paraded through the streets of Bisselberg, claimed he'd been murdered by the Legion.
The valley is ours. Let's take our rebellion south while we have the advantage of surprise.
Jane will not expect us to move against her so soon.
Agreed. Our plan stays the same. We'll spread the word that the Legion has returned, then rally Jane's enemies and attack her wherever she's weak. We should start by reclaiming the Grand Chapter House, the old Legion headquarters in Stonebridge.
How do we get to Stonebridge, then?
Stonebridge lies to the south and west, on the far side of the swamp. Lazar's people have repaired the bridge, so the road should be open again.
Martin and I will stay here for now. Help the locals rebuild.
We owe them. They've endured a great deal for our sake.
All right. I'll head south for Stonebridge.
Jane Cassinder controls most of the land between here and Stonebridge. Her soldiers wear the raiment of the Azranite Church. Avoid them if you can.
Once you're inside the chapter house, look for the Causeway Gate. Open it, and you can bring the rest of us through.
You're the vanguard of the Legion. All our hopes go with you.
Off to Stonebridge, I hear? Before you depart, I have something I would discuss with you if you're willing. The Lescanzi occupation depleted the town's stores. If we cannot replenish them soon, Raven's Rill may not survive the winter. I know the Legion has done a great deal for us already, but I fear I must ask your help again.
I take it you have a plan.
Indeed. Raven's Rill sees few travelers these days, but I believe the Hero's Crypt could draw pilgrims from across Ebb as it once did. With pilgrims would come merchants, and the town could fill its larders before the winter.
Tell me about this Hero's Crypt.
The Hero's Crypt is where the heroes of the Sect Resurgence were interred. It was considered a holy site, and pilgrims flocked to it. After the crypt was sealed, the pilgrims stopped coming. I believe that if we open it again, we can bring prosperity back to Raven's Rill.
Why do you need the Legion's help?
The doors of the monument are sealed by Legion magic. They are impervious to any form of counter-magic or physical destruction. They can only be opened by the signet rings of the Legion families who commissioned its construction. The Montbarons and the Gunderics. I understand you found both signet rings already. The crypt should open for you now.
I'll do what I can.
Excellent. Look for the 2 large statues outside the monument. I'll fetch Grigori. We'll need a scribe to document this historic event.
attacked! Victory!
Forgive me. You startled me a bit. I'm afraid I was wrapped up in my studies of this magnificent edifice.
I found a way into the crypt. I'm going to open the doors.
You did? You have? That's unbelievable! How did you do it? Where did you find it? Oh, never mind. That's not important right now. Could I go in with you? I've studied the exterior for so long. I'd like to get a look at some of the artifacts inside.
You can come along, but be careful and stay close to me.
Wonderful! Let's get the doors open then. I was under the impression you were going to open the crypt. Quickly, I'm shaking with anticipation.
Look, the bridge is repaired, just as Martin said.
There you are. This may sound strange, but I was told to wait for you here.
Told? By whom?
A child. A boy with golden hair and piercing eyes, who spoke like no child I have ever met.
Did you follow us into the Mournweald?
No. He came to me in a waking dream. I know better than to doubt a vision, especially one so clear. My father was Hugh Montbaron, Grand Master of the Legion. A proud man, I'm told, but not immune to my mother's seduction.
Illegitimate, perhaps, but I think she tells the truth. I've seen paintings of the Montbarons, and she has the same pale eyes. The resemblance is striking, actually, especially to Hugh.
I do not know why this golden child chose me, but I believe I can be of help to the Legion, if you let me.
If you're a Montbaron, then you're part of the Legion. We could use your help.
We journey south, no? To Stonebridge? I know the roads, and charming company makes long miles less dreary.
Hold on there. The roads ahead aren't safe. Heavy smoke down there. From the looks of it, there was another battle in the swamp. Azunite Church on one side, Royalists on the other. They're always at it. I was questioned by soldiers down the road. They were Azunites, Jane Cassinder's men, and not a friendly lot.
Have you dealt with the Royalists before?
They don't harass me on the road, so that makes them at least a touch better than Jane's soldiers. I think they're an honorable lot, but I don't see them winning this war. They'll die for a queen who's the last of her line, and barely more than a girl.
Thanks for the warning. I'll be careful.
I'll stay up here for a while, see if things calm down.
I wonder what caused this. In any case, we shall not pass this way, I think.
Cassinder, none shall pass this. Look, you idiots, they're legionnaires! Get them!
Beware!
They must be with the royal family. Get them!
Anyone that kills Azanites is a friend of ours. General Devonsey is further on ahead. Just follow the path.
So many royalists dead. These men were young, hardly soldiers at all.
Stand away there. Not so close to the General.
Never mind. I can hardly be called a general, with Her Majesty's army lying dead all around us.
Sorry, Lord Devonsey. Sir.
Forgive the boy. A few months ago he was a royal page. Now he's a soldier. Such are the depths to which we have fallen. I'm surprised to see any travelers on the road, with so many of Jane Cassinda's soldiers about. What brings you to this ill-omened place?
Bad luck brings us here, nothing more. We were traveling south to Stonebridge and we found the trails collapsed.
Simple travelers. And yet you have the look of the Legion about you. I heard the rumors of a gathering in the north, but I didn't believe there were any of you left. That's beside the point, though. I'm afraid you're stuck here with the rest of us. The western road has collapsed and we're surrounded on all sides by impassable swamp.
What about those massive roots? We can walk across them like a road.
Indeed, they'd support our weight, and my cannons and wagons too. But the roots are separated by stretches of water. In order to create a path, we'd have to raise the land between them. Impossible, you might say. But I have a man in my army with power over earth and stone. A scholar called Phineas. If only he were here.
This Phineas can raise a land bridge between the roots? How is that possible?
He's made a study of earth magic. Geomancy. The old magic of the dwarves. It's all very incomplete, but a movement of earth by simple brute force. Yes, I think he could manage that much.
You've actually seen Phineas use earth magic?
When Jane's cannons had us surrounded, somehow he drew the earth up over our heads, protected us both from the enemy's fire. Saved my life. That's proof enough for me.
We need to find this scholar Phineas. Where has he gone?
He was among the first to be taken by the damned savages. They fell upon us not long after the battle, and they've been mounting raids and abducting our wounded ever since. First people, that's what the scholars called them. Only Azanai knows what they call themselves. I thought of mounting an attack on their village to rescue Phineas and the others, but my surviving soldiers are too few and too young. If I had your help, though...
Let's try talking to the first people before we do anything rash. Maybe they mistook you for a threat.
A reasonable theory, but I've met their kind before. Scavengers preying upon the weak and the wounded. They won't negotiate unless you hold a sword to their throats. I'll gather whatever men I can, the ones who can still fight, and we'll meet you there.